The Pinball Network is online. Launching.
Triple Drain Pinball Podcast.
All right, boys. Travis, are you ready?
I just told you 5 seconds ago I'm emotionally and physically exhausted.
You got to wait for the button to... Oh, whatever.
Okay.
All right.
Did you hit the button?
We're 5 seconds in, and I'm already... you're already worn me out. Yes, we already worn me out, Travis.
Oh, sorry.
Right.
Let me put on my show face. I'm doing great, Joel. Let's get this going right now.
Oh, boy. Tom, you ready?
Oh, hell yeah.
See, there you go, Travis. That's genuine. All right, here we go.
That's fair.
We're three guys who like to talk pinball, so we came up with a clever name. We're Joel and Travis Scott who talk pinball, and we call ourselves Triple Drain, Triple Drain, Triple Drain. We're Triple Drain.
Triple Drain.
Triple Drain.
You want to say it? Okay, yep. Welcome, everybody. Hello. Yeah, I feel like I should just apologize right off the bat. There's a
again.
I am sick. I am going to be muting multiple times. I have a cough. Thank you to my son. Sick kids in the house. It's just been a joyride in this house for 2 weeks. Travis looks just awful. His camera. For one, your camera finally turned on. So I'm proud of you for actually getting that to turn on. But I kind of wish you would turn back off because you look terrible, man.
I am so tired right now.
Yeah.
But I'm ready though. I mean, it's showtime now.
Yeah, you're the only person, the one of three of us that's like juiced and ready to go is Tom Graf. Tom, how you feeling tonight, buddy?
Oh, I'm feeling great.
Yeah, did you have a Pepsi right before we started or?
No, Diet Dew.
Oh boy.
I'm going to be up all night.
Up all night, ready to go. Dude, Tom is pumped.
Woo!
Okay, calm down, Tom. All right,
Okay.
So no, I'm gonna get coughing. Here we go. I'm muting already. No, well, yeah. Well, thank you, boys. Thanks for being on tonight.
Well, thanks for having us, Joel.
Oh, you're so welcome. There's no two other people I'd rather do this with. So, episode 18. First off, I'd have to say thanks. We got a lot of feedback on the last episode. Apparently, making fun of Travis's fashion choices is a hot thing. I mean, we should. It was well received. So, Travis, I know it was entirely at your expense, but you never backed down. You were fully comfortable in what you're wearing. And the one disappointing thing was I heard you didn't wear it on the plane and you didn't wear it to the next tournament. So you've already done a tournament without the comfy. That's a lose or a fail.
It got confiscated at the airport.
Why?
Why?
That's not true.
I don't work for the TSA, Joel. I can't tell you why. They don't give me any answers.
I know you still have your comfy, and you did share photos of your children apparently found your comfy and were wearing it. Yeah,
I got trolled hard about that.
That's pretty great. So I don't know, to any of the listeners out there, I don't know if any of you guys bought a comfy after, how clearly we sold it well. Travis is reacting. Did somebody, 3 people,
Three. Okay. I need to have like an Amazon affiliate link to this podcast.
To the comfy. Yeah. Well, maybe, I mean, if they weren't so expensive, they're like $50. But if that was something that,
just sacrifice 3 gallons of gas. It'll be fine.
3 gallons of gas. Well, what I was saying is like, we should give one away and like put a Triple Drain logo on the back. But, that's going to add up pretty quick. And, when I look at the income that this podcast has made, I don't think we have the money to do that. So, that's fine. Does Travis realize that's the back of your head? Like, where the camera is, right?
You were complaining earlier, so I'm just going to get comfortable now.
He is. Tom, you've known Travis a lot longer than I have. And I have a lot of respect for you for lasting this long.
Well, thank you.
He's something. But
Joel, have you ever watched Saved by the Bell?
No, I'm definitely too young for that show.
Are you saying Joel is Screech?
No, I don't.
I was going to ask him if he's ever heard that song "Friends Forever" from Saved by the Bell. Neither one of you have heard that before.
No.
I
think I've seen every episode of Saved by the Bell too.
Yeah,
and you don't remember that song at all?
No.
Where Zach imagines that there's some like famous rock band, and literally their hit song is "Friends Forever."
No.
Part of me was going to say, hey, if any of the listeners have heard that song, feel free to email us. But the truth is, I don't want you to. I want Travis to actually feel like he's the odd one out. So everybody play dumb. You've never heard it. It's a poor and bad reference.
I'm just dropping nuggets right now of the next pinball machine coming out.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Saved by the Bell. You heard it here first.
Well, let's go ahead and look at our list. So yes, follow up. Last episode, it was a good time. We laughed a lot. It sounds like a lot of other people laughed. That was great. I'm glad. I don't know. I think we did talk some pinball in there, but I mean, the majority of that podcast was just making fun of Travis, which I'm fine with. I think it was great. So, Travis is wearing a black t-shirt right now, so I don't have anything. I don't think really have anything to make
just
fun
gave
of
Joel a dirty look.
Yeah, he's tired.
When he turned around.
I'm not going to give him any ammo at all today, Tom. Like
he should
none.
just turn the camera off. Yeah.
0.
All right. Well, so topic number one.
Joel's just chomping at the bit here.
It's called. I'm trying to move us along.
Oh, okay.
Chomping at the bit. We got to start somewhere. Here.
Tom, you know what it is?
What?
I just got done playing a pro circuit event. You're about to go play an If the Worlds. And what does Joel want to talk about? Number 1?
Guns N' Roses.
Guns N' Roses, baby.
It's my pinball life is a lot different than your pinball life. My pinball life is typically me here in my basement playing by myself or on stream. That's how I experience pinball. And then I read forums and I chat with, you fools and others online. That's how I experience pinball. I know the two of you guys get on airplanes and go fly around and play other people and try to win money. So very different. We're a diverse group that way.
Travis drives a lot.
I do. And I do a lot for charity. I mean, this podcast, prime example.
What are you do a lot for charity? That's what you're the. Oh my gosh! All right, wow, we got Mother Teresa over here. Jeez, yeah. Okay.
Big Papa, Mother Teresa to
big
you,
Papa.
Joel.
Yeah. God. Okay, so
all right, GNR. We got to get serious, Joel. GNR.
Zach Mini came. I streamed for Flipping Out, and he picked up Rush and he dropped off GNR. And so I had an opportunity. I've owned a Hobbit before, so I've owned a JJP game before, but I've never unboxed one. And I will just say the unboxing experience was really good. Like, I don't know if it's because it's an LE, but it's, all the legs are wrapped individually. The powder coating's really nice. It was packed really well. The thing is just a beast of a game, like a tank of a game. Comes with Invisiglass. I forgot how big the back screen is. 27 inches is no joke. The playfield, you lift that up, and it's just like the amount of stuff, the amount of mechs, the amount of crap that's in this game is absurd. And it was just one of those like, wow. And I set it down, and I know these two can see it, but I have it setting down right next to my Deadpool Premium. And these two games are... now the value of this Deadpool is they're comparable in value at this point. And it just, to me, it was kind of just, even with the games off, when you're comparing side by side, it's like, holy cow, like there is a ton going on in this JJP. Like there's so much here. And then you turn it on and the light show just like hits you in the face. It's crazy, the light show. Especially, it's another thing when you're comparing it side by side. Like the light show got Deadpool, which isn't bad. Like the light show of Deadpool is really good, but it doesn't hold like GNR's light show just blows it out of the water. You can't argue that. You can't deny that. And I put a few games on it and I've had a really good time. And then I streamed it for the first time last week, and having some people in chat, talk me through the game and what to do. To be honest, I had a great time. Streaming that. And, sometimes some of my first streams of newer games aren't the most fun. And that's because I just don't understand the game, or I'm still learning the game. I'm trying to find the things in the game that I appreciate, or, some of these, once you really wrap your head around some of these complex rules, that's where you get deeper into the game and you see, some of these wizard modes and stuff like that. Like, GNR kind of just vomits it all at you right at the beginning, and you just have to take it. Like and I don't know. It's the reason I'm bringing all this up is I was surprised with how much fun I had. Like I was surprised early on. I understand I'm still like in the honeymoon phase, or maybe I'm still on the shallow end of the pool. Like I barely dove into this game, but I'm having a lot of fun with this game. And I know Tom owns the game. Travis has owned the game and sold it. And I've had a similar conversation with Mike Castleman from the Pinballers, who he's owned the game and he's sold it. And I'm curious how this is going to go for me. Like, I don't know. It's just like, I will just say the initial impression of this game is actually really positive, but yet I still know the overall view of this game is still incredibly polarizing. Like, some people think this is one of the best games ever made, and other people are like, nah, like it's all frills. There's nothing to it. You'll hate it, like, or you'll get bored of it. So I don't know. I'm curious. Did the two of you guys have like a similar initial experience with the game, or did you kind of just cruise right through it? We'll start with Tom, just so Travis doesn't, Yeah. Well, Tom, you still own the game, so
I still own the game.
Yeah.
He still owns the game.
Doesn't mean I play it.
But why? I mean, your first week of owning the game, though. I mean, like, what was your initial impression? Like, do you remember your initial impression of the game?
It was freaking awesome. I mean, like you said, the light show and everything. I mean, there's so much to do in the game. I mean, there's like 20 some songs or whatever.
Yep.
Every song is different. And then all of a sudden you're playing a song and you're doing really well, and then you go to the next song and then you have like 100 million jackpot, and then you miss the scoop, and then you want to go kick your dog.
Kick your dog. Okay.
Pretty accurate, actually. Yeah.
Throw one of your kids down the stairs named Neil.
So, well, okay. So talking on that, one of the things Mike Castleman said, he said that was his biggest frustration with the game is you do so much work to build, because the game is kind of in two phases. You kind of have like a song prep phase where you have to qualify the 7 band members, but at that same time, you can be locking balls that you will then take into the song. So it's almost like you have to do all this prep work. Then you start the song, and the song is going to continue until you drain everything out. And unless you cash out at the right time, if you push your luck too far and you drain out, all of that's gone. Like, all of it's gone. And that's what Mike was like, I hate that. He goes, you do so much work that he's like, at least give me like a quarter of my points or even half of my points. Like, give me something. But for it all to be gone, he just hated that. And I don't know if you guys agree with that or not.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, but it's that risk reward thing. I mean, that's the big thing. I mean, if you can do the thing, you're gonna get all the reward
things
for it. Yeah, I mean,
So, but is that so are you saying right now your distaste or you've kind of lost some of your initial love of the game just due to that, like the risk reward? It's too much, or it's too much. It's burned you too
not
many
necessarily.
times.
It's the constant multi-ball. I think that really like makes me not want to play it that much.
Sure. Okay.
To me, it's a fun game. It's a fun, you shoot it with your friends kind of party game. I mean, it's fun to play by yourself too, but it's not the same as other games. Like, I don't consider it a tournament game, which, let's be honest, that's
what you're all about.
Not all about, but it's a big part of it.
Sure.
So to me, it kind of doesn't have that one more game type of feel.
Okay. So, Travis, how did your family react to the game initially, or how did you react to the game, and then why is it gone? Like, why did you sell it?
I mean, pretty much my entire family really enjoyed the game. I mean, my kids really enjoyed it. My wife really enjoyed it. And, I enjoyed it to a certain extent in a home environment.
Yeah.
Now, in a arcade environment, not so much, just for reasons that we talked about in the past, not being able to hear the music as much.
Yep.
The sounds, the call out, so on and so forth. For me personally, just as a tournament player, when I'm playing pinball, I tend to really get zeroed in on the shots, and I tend to get really zeroed in on rule sets, and I tend to really get zeroed in on this is my path to doing the thing.
Yeah.
And so with GNR, there becomes clear a couple of paths towards really doing the thing and blowing up the game entirely. But I mean, overall, it's one of those things that if you're at home and you just like flipping away and you really don't mind too much about what all's going on in terms of score or anything like that, I think Guns N' Roses, people are going to have fun on it. Because there is a lot of things close to the start button, and that just goes into as much multi-ball that is there. For me personally, just with my play style and what I enjoy out of pinball, it's not something that I necessarily enjoy out of a game. And it's not something that would make me keep coming back to it even once or twice a week. And so that's one of the main reasons why I ultimately ended up playing it, got done with it, moved on from it.
Sure.
But when it came to my wife and my kids, they loved it because, I mean, like, let's take Ninja Turtles, for instance, right? One of the big selling points of it, or I say one of the big quote unquote selling points of it, is Donatello having that turtle power multi-ball right there, with just one shot to the right ramp. Right. And so basically, as soon as you hit start in Guns N' Roses, you're going to have a lot of ample opportunity to get things going early on, which for a lot of players, that could mean a lot of positive things. And for a lot of other people that don't necessarily like that kind of thing, to where it just feels like multi-balls are just falling out of the sky, it's understandable. And a lot of the reason why it feels like that as well is because of the light show, because of how loud the game is. It's like there's just so much going on in there. It almost feels like that the actual pinball itself is a backdrop to the music and the light show.
Okay.
And that's what it kind of felt like for me. It didn't feel like that pinball was necessarily at the beginning, but at the same time, that's just how I feel about it. That doesn't mean that that's a bad thing, because obviously it's sold really well. A lot of people really enjoy the experience. And that's why I was telling you, Joel, before, that when you were asking me GNR or Star Wars, I told you immediately GNR. And I'm a Star Wars fan, and I had a Star Wars. And that's just because certain people really they adapt to different types of games, and you could tell what they enjoy. And that's the great thing about pinball, is there's different types of pins out there for different likes, for different things that people enjoy playing. And I think GNR happens to be just one of those games that if somebody wants a game that's going to have a lot of things close to the start button, is going to be loud, it's going to be in your face, it's going to have a light show the entire time, I mean, that's going to be the game for you.
I agree with all of that. And that's so a few of my takeaways. One, I have played this game before. I've played it on location at least 3 times. And having it here in my house, it is a completely different experience. Completely different experience. And it's part of it's because I'm able to play with my lights off. I'm able to play with the music set at a volume I want, or on all the LEs, they have a headphone adapter built in. It's by default. So if you go to an arcade, and there's Bluetooth, if you go to an arcade, pull out your Bluetooth headphones or take some headphones with you and plug it in, and it's just a night and day experience. But I've said that we've had the same conversation about any of our pins. Like, I add headphone adapters to all my pins, just because the moment you can plug in and and hear all the audio like perfectly clear, it just amplifies the immersion that you're going to get in the game. Personally, that's my view. And so audio wise, awesome. Being able to control the lighting in the pin is awesome. I do have to give a plug. There's a guy that sent me, his website is Cheap Drains with a Z. He sent me the GNR Hyperlights. Pinmonk Victor actually hooked me up. He connected me with him, and he said, hey, if you're streaming this game, I'm going to send you these. And basically it's 4 LED strips, 2 on the back box and 2 under the pinball machine, that replicate the same light show that the CE version of the game gives you. And so now, with my lights off, getting these crazy RGB lights on the back wall and on the carpet, it's just like the overall immersion in this game is unbelievable. It's incredibly good, especially when you put the headphones on, where you're just rocking out, and just like the light show is absurd. I will say, I mean, this 27-inch monitor is awesome, but when I'm playing the game, I never look at it. But the one monitor I am looking at is the monitor in the back of the playfield. And that monitor,
a cool addition.
Oh, it's so helpful, because it's always telling you what to do. It's always saying what shot you need to be doing at any time. And my dad actually had come over, and I showed him this game, and like, he hit the start button and it looks like a spotlight announcing Guns N' Roses. Like, you could tell he was already kind of getting a smile on his face. And then I start kind of showing him what he needs to do. And what's brilliant is he's flipping away, drains ball 1. Well, to get into a song, you have to qualify all 7 band members. Well, if you don't qualify any on ball 1, when you start ball 2, I think they give you 2 or 3 of them. If you still haven't qualified enough band members by ball 3, they just give them to you. So by ball 3, all anybody has to do to experience a song is hit the scoop right in the middle. That's it. And the fact that they kind of put in the training wheels and they're like, okay, clearly this has to be somewhat of a novice playing. We're already on ball 3. They haven't accomplished anything. I'm going to give them the song. So that's all my dad had to do is hit the song. Then he was able to pick what song he wanted to do and then just rock out. And he drained like 4 or 5 times in the first 10 or 15 seconds, but they kept giving him his ball back because the game was smart enough to realize like this is a novice. Like let the person enjoy the game for a little bit. And when I was able to point that out, I'm like, that monitor right there is telling you what you need to do right now. He's like, that's awesome. And after the game ended, he's like, well, I'd have to say that light show is amazing. But the fact that there's a monitor telling me exactly what I need to do at any given moment, like that is huge for him, like as a novice. Like that's his kind of biggest frustration with some of these other games I've let him play is he has no idea what he needs to do. And so, I don't know, it's really just kind of opened my eyes to like, do you think JJP is, they don't have Keith Owen. They don't have Raymond Davidson. They don't have Tim Sexton. Like they don't have... And I'm not downplaying the skill level of the JJP employees.
No,
but it's just like,
they have tournament players there. I mean, they have Joe Katz. They have Keith Johnson.
Yep.
Yeah. It's they have good players, but I just don't know if they are designing their games, like how much of a priority is it that their games are competitive games or balanced in a competitive way, because I don't really think I've seen any of JJP's games used competitively. Dialed in was, I mean,
it's actually a world are going to be used in the tournament.
There's a couple every now and again. Dialed in is the main one, and I think Wonka was used at Pinburg in 2019 in the final.
I remember
bank.
that. Which it was shortly after Wonka came out, because I remember thinking like, oh, I'm going to see Wonka played a little bit. But it's just like, I don't know. Like, I feel like a lot of Stern games, people are highly, highly critical. Turtles is a perfect example of score balancing. Like, oh, the game is blah, 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 but the scores, it's just, and maybe it's because they're way more common. People play them a lot more in tournaments. Sternaments are a thing. But like, I just don't feel like people are so critical with JJP when it comes to scoring and rules and code. Like, I don't know. Are JJPs, am I just oblivious? Like, am I just now realizing this, that JJP games are kind of their own, like they're kind of a different animal entirely? Or, or is that the goal?
I mean, if you're talking from a tournament player standpoint or a point of view, I know that the majority of talk about it is just that the scoring is just a little bit different since it's lower scoring usually.
Okay.
And I mean, regardless, either way, I mean, if a game's in a tournament, it's in a tournament. We all try to figure out how to play it and how to score regardless. So, I mean, it's one of those things that, it's kind of its own thing. It's kind of a little bit different when you see the way that the scoring is. But I don't know. I don't feel like, to me, when I look at GNR, I don't see tournament pin, and that's okay. I don't think every single pin needs to be for competitive play. I think pinball can just be just that, just pinball, because the majority of people that play pinball, they don't play tournaments. I mean, tournaments is still very much a niche thing. The competitive player is a niche thing on its own. The traveling competitive player is a very niche thing. That's just the reality of it. I mean, and there's a reason why, like where Tom's going, that right now I think it's the top 64 for Worlds. I mean, think about that. And that's over thousands of people that play. And the vast majority of them, even though they play in a tournament, let's face facts here, it's very casual of what they're doing. I mean, it's drink three or four or maybe even 5 beers, play a strikes tournament, have some fun. And that's usually what it is for lots of people. So I don't think necessarily that JJP really has to worry too much about that. But I think I do remember, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I could have swore when the GNR was first, I guess, debuted on, what was it, Buffalo Pinball.
Yep, Kevin.
I could have swore I heard Joe Katz mention that this is geared, or something in it's geared towards being in tournaments, or he spoke briefly about it. So I think it was probably on their minds. I mean, Keith Johnson, he's a tremendous tournament player. He's a great player himself. And, he does rule sets for these. So, I mean, they've got a lot of experience over there, and a lot of high level experience. It's just, to me, it's just a different way of approaching pinball. And this is what they've chosen to approach for it. And whether or not it works for competitive play, the reality is that the game sold very well. Mm-hmm. And they're on an upward trajectory. Now, the question is, can they keep producing games at a good clip to keep selling them? That's really what it comes down to at the end of the day.
Yeah, and this LE is number 3,212. So I think they said they're going to make 5,000 of these. And I think Zach told me that they're kind of on final calls, for distributors, like place your orders kind of thing. So I think they're going to make all 5,000 of them. I mean, I don't know. Stern never releases their numbers, but like 5,000 games sounds like a lot of games. So they've sold, and they've sold well. It just, to me, it was one of those, the majority of people that I know that own JJP games, they're rarely on location, or it's like I rarely see them on location, and I rarely see them in tournaments. So it seems like the majority of owners, they're in homes, they're homeowners. And GNR, is this a game that a lot of pinball, fanatics own, kind of like Tom obviously owns one? Or is this like, how many GNR fans did they get, and this is their one pin? And I mean, if you're a non-pinball player and you're a huge GNR fan, like this pin would look incredible in the corner of your office, just going nuts with the light show and everything. And I don't know, to me, what I found is typically when I stream, I'll play a game for 2 hours. But if I'm going to play pinball and I'm not streaming, I'll fire the games up, and I'm only going to put 1 or 2 games on it. Like, I just kind of want quick, immediate satisfaction. And I will tell you, like Deadpool, I can find that in hitting a few shots because the shots feel awesome. I had that same feeling with Godzilla, ripping certain shots. Like, I don't know, like Turtles pisses me off most of the time, but I still like it when I hit my thing. And then like TNA, like as soon as I blow something, even if I only blow up one reactor in a quick game, like I still feel like I achieved something. GNR, though, it's just like, it's such immediate, like, even if I suck in ball 1 and 2, I'm still going to be able to get to a song. I'm going to just experience that and have a good time. But I am aware, like, when I'm in a song, I'm just flailing away. And I had a few comments because Zach posted my stream afterwards. And there was a few people that said that, like, it seems like you're just flailing away at multi-ball the whole time. And it's like, well, the secret's out. I kind of am, because...
and that's probably the biggest knock on the game.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I really like the game. But that's the big knock on it.
Yeah.
I still remember, so one of my friends that's a non-pinball person got to play one because I guess somebody local had bought one. And it was funny because they texted me, they're like, hey, I'm playing this game, but I'm not quite sure what's going on because I think it's malfunctioning. I'm like, okay, well, what are you talking about? Just show me a video of it. And of course they showed a video as GNR. He's like, it just keeps spitting out balls and I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, no, that's how it goes. And that's obviously a creative decision. And I think for what it is, I don't think it's not necessarily a bad decision. I mean, because it's the only gripe that I have about it is that it somewhat feels like that the rule set was meant for a different layout to me, just because basically with the way that the layout is, because you do have that scoop right in the middle, right? You do have some ramps that are pretty close to the flipper on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like it's not necessarily a classic fan layout. So that's my big gripe about it, is that it feels like there's so many multi-balls, and because of where that plunge goes to, it comes right back down to the flippers in the middle of the playfield. It just feels like there's a lot of action happening in that lower third of the game.
Yeah.
And that it's just total chaos the entire time. And I think that's just my main gripe about it, that maybe if the playfield was a little bit more wide open, maybe kind of like a Godzilla type layout to where it's very open in the middle right there. Maybe that would have allowed for the flow of shots and allowed for some breathing room with that. I don't know. Maybe I would have felt differently about that, but that's just kind of my issue with it. But that being said, other people, they may love
Travis's
it.
video's out.
Of course it is. Why not? Why not? Might as well be. Joel, are you really sick? What's going on here?
I'm dying, man. No, yes, no. I told you I have a sick kid, and when you have sick children, it's just a few days later you're going to be sick. That's just how it goes.
He's
So.
got COVID. I'm going to go get a mask on.
No, we've definitely
I
played
like
that.
how Joel's like, I have a sick kid, but I'm here doing the podcast with you guys.
I mean, I have a
priorities.
The kid's asleep. I don't have to, nurse him to health right now. Like, he's good. He's fine. I have a mute button. I just don't make me laugh. So, if your camera freaking worked, we want to have a problem here. But
it does work. Look,
I'm sorry. I cut you off. My cough cut you off, Travis. You were clearly saying something important. Nope.
I'm good.
Okay,
I'm back.
Good. All right.
Yep.
So I don't know. I all I'm saying is it's just I've had a very strange. Travis is back, everybody. Yay. I've just had a very weird feeling about it. And I'm like, I am enjoying this game way more than I thought I would. Like, way more than I thought I would. And so many people, pinball media included, have just kind of bashed this game or said I read somewhere it was it's kind of like the hot chick at the bar, super attractive. You think they're all great. You take them home, you have a great one night stand or something, and then you realize she has no personality. That's kind of the way they describe GNR. And I'm just I'm okay. I don't know.
Well,
this
we
game
just
is
lost
giving...
our lady viewers. Thanks, Joel.
Hey, I didn't write it. I read it. That's not a
And I said
defense. That doesn't
viewers,
work.
I meant listener.
Yeah,
Joel's
yeah.
this ain't no one night stand. I'm making this long term.
She's
right
got me
now.
she's got me coming back for more.
Guns N' Roses is not a whore.
Wow. That's the takeaway. Yes, I don't know, it's a fun game, but to relate it to your comment, Tom, it gives me immediate and quick satisfaction every time I play it. Okay. And
Guns N'
yeah, I'm enjoying it, and I'm curious how many weeks, and I'll definitely follow up on this, in a few weeks or a month. And when I have to give it back to Zach, I don't know if I'll be bummed, oh no, don't take it away, or be okay, I've had, I had my cheap thrills. I don't know, but
I mean, that breakup's going to come pretty soon, Joel. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well,
the one night stand's got to end eventually.
One night stand. Yeah, no, she may be moving in. I don't know, but I'm just telling you, it's crazy to me because I really enjoy Deadpool and I've had a ton of fun with Deadpool. But when I look at the two sitting next to each other, and it's these are the same, these are worth the same amount of money. It's I'm getting a lot of satisfaction out of GNR, and I will tell you, the few people that have come over have really enjoyed GNR, really enjoyed it. And if my collection is always kind of trying to find a way, I saw Tom's eyes light up. Yes, I'm passing her around, man. We're all taking our turn.
You took Guns N' Roses in, and you're going to get Godzilla back. I know it.
Well, that's So that's where it's this. I
Godzilla
never thought
did nothing wrong to you, Joel.
It sure didn't, and I've never thought I'd be in this position in the hobby where it's just it's you're never satisfied with your lineup. You have games you love, but you don't want to give any of them away. But there's so many good games. There's other games out there you want to, and it's.
I put a ring on all mine, Joel. I'm satisfied.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't know. I will just say my initial impressions, I'm enjoying GNR. This is something feel free to write in tripledrain@gmail.com. Do you agree? Is GNR way better than people realize? Or is this a slow your horse, Joel? It's great for the first week, but trust me, I don't know. I'm just curious to see what people's opinions are. But it does.
You do know what the opinions are going to be, right?
It's going to be a mixed bag. It'll be
exactly.
both.
We already know. I mean, it's been out for a couple of years. It's going to be a mixed bag. You just happen to be the last horse to this race right now, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm just now. Yes, I'm just now getting a taste of this, and I don't know. My initial review of this when I first played it at Zach's place, 2 years ago, was that the plunge was super weak. And what's funny is my wife actually put a game on this. I was playing video games with my daughter, and my wife's like, "Hey, something's wrong with your flipper." I was like, "What?" And she goes, "The flipper, something's wrong with it." I was like, "What? You mean the plunger?" She goes, "Yeah, that's it, the plunger." She goes, "Feels like it's broken." I was like, "No, that's the plunger. That is what it is." She goes, "Oh, well, that doesn't feel very good." My mom, wow. Ugh. My wife, that is not the slip up you want to make, guys.
Whoa.
Yeah. My wife, thank God Nicole doesn't listen to this, but my
Look how
wife.
red Joel is. Instantly. How is your mom doing there, Joel?
My wife, my mom is doing great. My mom is fantastic. My mom also does
my wife.
God, that was not the mistake to make amongst you two. I don't know. I just thought that was funny. Like she doesn't care about pinball at all, but the fact that she even hated the plunge, I thought was kind of funny. But I don't. Well, so the other thing I want to talk about though is being that I've enjoyed GNR this much, I actually am still like I'm getting excited for Toy Story. Toy Stories, or at least rumored Toy Story, just because like JJP kills it with Light Show, and I hope to God the hot rails are in it, and the hot rails like sell me so much.
Joel,
what?
This isn't on our production list.
It's a quick comment.
I
okay?
see. Number one, Joel wants to shill GNR.
Yes.
What does number 2 say?
I'm not to number 2 yet. I'm almost there. I'm just ending this conversation. I'm wrapping it up in a bow, which I'm just saying I've enjoyed this enough that it's like this has given me such a fun experience with the light show and the music and everything that if they can bring that into Toy Story, but give me somewhat maybe more of a linear code set or something like that, I'm eager. I'm eager to see what Toy Story is going to be. And will a JJP game end up in my small lineup? Maybe. I don't know. But a thumbs up for me so far. Thumbs up for me on GNR. If you haven't played one, try to find one in your area. If you're going to go play one, grab a pair of headphones and plug in and rock out and have a good time. End of number 1.
Toy Story? Is it coming out soon?
I don't know.
I hope
it's soon. Yes, that's the rumor next pin.
Is that
hopefully it's soon. Yes.
Do you know who's designing that? What's the rumor on that?
Your mom. All right. So number two, what I wrote Gomez interview. And there's another podcast, the Super Awesome Pinball Show. It's a great podcast. Yes, that's perfect. That's a perfect segue there, Tom. The Super Awesome Pinball Podcast. It's Christian Line, Christopher Franchi, and then they just got a new host. Crap, I don't remember the guy's name. Do you guys know he was?
I don't think that's his name.
What?
You
Crap!
just said, yeah.
Oh God, his
Tom,
jokes.
Can I have the soundboard again, please?
No, the other button. The wah, 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 bam. No, that's not. Okay, we're done. There we go. Just label that. Go ahead and label that, Travis.
Why couldn't we play that right after
Jeff,
Joel got his mom and his wife confused?
We don't know. We do not need this podcast to be all about the soundboard. It's not needed. I don't remember. I'm so sorry.
Super Awesome Pinball Show, though.
Yes, Super Awesome
produce
Pinball
the hell
Show.
out of this now. Let's go.
Oh Lord, we're trying. Okay, so I don't remember. I'm sorry. The third co-host is new and he did a great job. I just don't remember his name. But anyways,
I thought they only had 2. Did
no,
they get a third one?
They just got a third one.
Okay.
So they just released 2 podcasts, and it was a George Gomez interview split into 2 parts. I would highly suggest people listen to this because anytime George Gomez is on a podcast, like the guy just talks, and I think he shares stuff that he's probably not supposed to share, but he just shares it anyways. And as a listener, I really appreciate that. So there was a few exclusives he shared. I didn't write them down. I don't remember them off the top of my head. But one of the things that he did share was that Steve Ritchie was in the middle of designing a game. Steve Ritchie left to go to JJP. And so what we've heard is they have completely scrapped everything that Steve Ritchie did. And George Gomez is taking on that project. So George Gomez is designing another game. It is going to be what Steve Ritchie was working on. So I think this has been mentioned before, but does that excite you guys? Like, I don't know. Is George Gomez designing a game?
It excites me that it's public knowledge now, and we can actually say the quiet part out loud. So that's pretty awesome.
I like George Gomez games.
Did he say how many flippers the game has?
He did. That was another exclusive.
So we can talk about that too?
Yes. That was another thing that he dropped on that podcast, that it's a 3 flipper game. It's a 3 flipper game. And when was the last, like when I think of George Gomez, I think Deadpool, obviously, I think Monster Bash, even Batman 66. Those are all 2 flipper games. So what was the last game that he did that was a 3 flipper game? I mean, the guy's been around a long time. So this is kind of
Beatles.
Yeah, but he didn't design that. Like he just
he kind of like He changed some
Copycat.
things, right?
I mean, he did a very
Adjusted some things.
very small adjustment, but it's just
All
like
right,
George Gomez
sorry.
isn't known
Mr.
for
Gomez, did you hear that? Joel doesn't think you really did much with Beatles.
that. I highly doubt George Gomez listens to this podcast. He has much better things to do. But I know he said he did some tweaking, so I get it. But I don't know. But a 3 flipper game, does
I
that?
think that the only one I can think of off the top of my head besides Beatles would be Corvette. Maybe.
Yeah, Tom said that like
I
3
just
hours
said
ago.
that.
Did
Yeah.
you just say that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Tom
Did you
is
really?
quick.
God, nobody listens to me.
I heard
Did
it, Tom.
Did I just pull like a Tom from like 7 episodes back?
Oh,
Yes.
I forget what he said. That was so great. Yeah, it was
That
something
was a
about
deep cut right there.
that guy's at don't forget that Dennis Nordman's at American Pinball now. That's what it was. That's what it was.
That's what it was.
Oh yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, that was so great. But I don't know. I mean, so George Gomez on a 3 flipper layout, is that, if that's not his norm, is that like exciting? Like, ooh, what's he gonna do? Or is it more like, hopefully he does? I don't know. Is there any caution that George Gomez is doing a 3 flipper layout, or you guys just don't care? I don't.
I trust in George Gomez.
That's fair. I think it's safe to trust in George Gomez. Yes. I don't know. I thought that was exciting. So he did talk a lot about that. He talked a lot about like Stern and obviously like the culture of working at Stern and how they're trying to build up the company. And there was some discussion about, well, do you have employees that are really good at one thing that want to kind of branch out and do more? And how do you handle that? One thing that came up was like quality control and the rush scoop. We're going right into number 3 here. And I'm curious to Tom, what your thoughts are on this, but the rush scoop came up and basically what George Gomez said there was, if you look at the original marketing material, there was no scoop protector. There was no scoop protector in any of the marketing material. The entire time the game was designed, there was never any plans for a projector.
Tom,
Yes.
we called that.
Yeah.
Did we not?
We did call that.
We called that.
Yeah, so it was
Yes,
never
vindication, baby.
it was never planned. But apparently, when all that original marketing material came out, there were enough people that made comments of like, that scoop's unprotected. Are they not going to protect that scoop? Like, why aren't they protecting that scoop? And there was enough stuff online that George is like, well, looks like we have to put a scoop protector on that, or we're going to get, torn apart on not having one. So it sounds like it was a very last minute thing. I don't know. Tom's
What is he doing all of a
the old-
sudden?
I got my scoop protector right
Oh,
here.
he got his scoop protector kit.
I thought you got
Still
stuck
in the
between
box.
Yeah, that's a
I
big.
thought you got stuck between your pinball machines because I just
No.
heard you go, oh, and then you were
Yeah.
just between
No, I
everything.
hit my head.
Oh boy. Well, don't do that, Tom. We need
I
that.
So you got your scoop protector now?
he got the
I
whole
just have to
replacement kit.
install
Yeah.
it, but I was waiting for after
Why,
my 16
didn't you install it
tournaments I
yet?
got to go to.
Oh,
I got a lot.
You're,
I'm a busy man.
you're too good at pinball that you have to play.
I'm
in
not
all
good
the
at
tournaments.
pinball. That's the
You're
problem.
playing
We'll
at
talk about that
Worlds.
later.
Okay.
We will.
So
He was talking so much crap on everybody else earlier. I
Yeah.
can't wait to discuss this.
All right.
yeah, watch out, Keith. Yeah, hope you lay awake at night thinking
Don't you
of this
even
guy.
fucking insinuate that.
Ray, you're going down.
So
How many other top tier players can we piss off, Joel, for Tom?
well, I mean,
They're all pissed at me already.
Tom had his own. Tom had like a TV segment, with the local news crew, and
no,
what
that
happens.
was Neil's
three-
dad.
3
had a
weeks
TV
later-
segment.
They
Oh,
really
yeah, that
wanted
was
to
so
interview
good.
Neil, okay?
Yeah, no, I have to
And
give.
Tom's just
Trying to
like-
get out of it.
He just pushed him out of the way. He's like, I got this boy.
Yeah, I love that that was posted though online
Go to school.
with the Neil's dad. But all I'm saying is Tom had a TV bit, and then a few weeks later, then Ray gets his own TV bit. I mean, they're all just trying to catch up. Tom, that's what I'm saying.
Who's more important, me or Ray?
Neil.
Mm,
All right, so
Okay.
yeah, I think Ray. I think Ray gonna wins
Yeah.
that one. But
I
anyways,
mean,
I agree.
but it's Tom though, Joel.
I know. I'm glad.
Like
we
I
have
feel
Tom.
like
Yeah.
we're about to do a final round type thing to where we got to save one and kill one.
Nah.
We're gonna pull a Marty here. We're
Yeah,
kinda
do we
teetering.
kill Joel or Travis?
What?
We're going down. We're
You
going.
save me, of course.
No,
I'm the
Travis is
fun
gonna
one.
be.
What are
He's
you
gonna have
talking
his
about?
comfy on. His comfy's gonna be on, and it's gonna be so. It's just gonna be dragging him down.
All
'cause
right,
it's so
you want to
big
go
and full
down
of
this
water.
road? Let's go down this road
No,
right now.
this is not the road.
It is obvious that I have so much more survival skills than you would, Joel, because I wear comfy. That means I'm going to be warm. I will not freeze to death.
I have a
Let me
beard,
go
so I
get
don't
one of my
need a
guns out of the
comfy.
gun cabinet.
Yeah.
You
Hold
were
on.
wearing like Exotic Joe pants last week or last time we
Yeah.
did this. There's
That's
no way.
true.
No.
They're cheetah. They were leopard print, so I blend in. You know, with the predators will see me and be like, "Don't mess with that guy." I'm just saying, you need a comfy to stay warm. I
Yeah,
have a
if you
beard.
had like a
I can
70s
stay
couch, you
warm
would have
on my
blended
own.
in.
Yeah. so wow. Okay.
Travis has
All right.
bear coming out
See,
of his nose
look
right
at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm drinking beer. Joel's just struggling to like keep himself together because
To
he gets
breathe.
sick.
Yeah.
I'm obviously the superior version, so I mean, come on, you got to kill
Okay.
him off, kill off the weak one.
Yeah. That's yep. Yeah. Okay. All
That's
right,
fair.
Travis. Yep.
All right, what were we talking about?
We're
again?
talking about the
Scoop
Rush Scoop
protector.
Protector.
Rush
Yeah.
scoop. Okay, yeah.
So
Sorry about that.
long story short, apparently it was like right at the very end they decided we got to throw a protector in there. He said that scoop is smaller than like any other scoop they've done. Not only that, it's close enough to the flipper that because it's so short, that ball is hitting the back of the scoop, then coming forward and hitting the back of that protector so hard that it's causing it to bend. So they used a material that they were told was rated for what it was, and it turns out it wasn't. So it was a material failure, a lack of testing, and like it wasn't planned. And so all of a sudden, Travis is acting like he had a good idea again. But-
No, we talked about that.
Yeah,
a
we
couple
knew
times
it
ago,
wasn't-
we were
yeah.
like, it's almost like it was the wrong part. That
Yeah.
that could be what it was.
And so here he is, having to, test
Justified.
or
Vindicated.
adjust it afterwards. And he's like, this is not the first time we've had to do this, but it is unfortunate. One thing that I did find really interesting is he said there were a whole bunch of aftermarket solutions that people created, and he told his team to buy all of them. I just punched the mic. He said, buy all of them. And so the idea there is like, if any of these are better than ours, like let's learn from this. And there was what, Travis? Did you have another?
We discussed that exact same thing too, did we not?
Maybe,
In one of our
probably.
chats, at least I was talking with Tom because we were talking about the changes, and we're just like Stern should just like straight up copy it.
Oh, they
It's-
should. Yeah. Well,
I think Gomez has
They've
our
never done that.
DMs. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
they have it bugged. Obviously,
Well, but one of the scoop protectors, I know Mike, the pinballers, Mike Castman has it. It's a 3D printed scoop protector, but it's made of some sort of like, I don't know, flexible membrane.
is that the one that's like
It's
really
like-
super light?
Yeah, it's called Ninja Mods or something. I forget who makes it, but everybody that I know that's bought it, they really like it. And so I'm really curious that if that's one of the mods they got, he did specifically say, he goes, I know one of the more popular mods is like a 3D printed flexible part. We would never 3D print the part, but if that material is rather successful, we could mold it. So I'm just really curious. Like, I think it would be crazy if 2 games from now, all of a sudden, the scoop protectors in the game in these sterns, instead of being a metal, are now like a flexible molded. Like,
I
that
mean,
would be
if
crazy
it works,
if that was the case. Yeah,
especially on a Rush, I would much rather prefer that than the
Yeah.
ultimate
Blue
version that they
nubs.
came out with.
yeah,
Yeah. I don't like that at all. I know that TPF had a premium with that, and it just felt like it completely changed the complexity of the game. It was just like that scoop just got super small, and I don't know. It looks weird, feels weird shooting at.
yeah.
So if they can do something like that, I think that would be a great thing for that
Yeah.
particular game.
I played it at a Midwest Gaming Classic, and I didn't feel like I had a lot of issues with it.
So, Tom, this is, I mean,
Yes.
Rush is your dream theme. You have an
Yes.
LE. That game is obviously bolted to the ground. Like, that's
Yes.
never leaving.
Never.
So, you obviously care about how good your scoop looks. Are you planning on putting on the official Stern fix, or how are you addressing the?
yeah, I will eventually. I'll put it on.
You'll put because it's a new essentially inner ring, and then it
I
still
do
has.
I do what Stern tells me to do. Damn it!
So you're gonna put on the sidewalls with the big rubber blocks at the end. too.
That is correct.
All right.
Is your
You're doing what
scoop
you're
messed
told.
up currently? It must not be if you haven't.
There's like a
Like a hint
there's a hint
of it.
There's a
So it's
very small hint on the right corner.
So what you're saying is, what's actually happening? It's not enough for you to justify you to go through all that work to put it
I'm
in.
just
yet.
fucking lazy. That's all.
All right.
It's not
He's
like
like-
the thing
yeah.
is going to magically get on my game, you know.
Well, he's just been practicing a lot, Joel. That's all it is.
You can't tell, like, you can't be
because
like,
obviously Eric Stone's going down. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
that's why.
Yeah.
I mean, Tom's been telling us
Yeah.
all about it. He
I
saw
never
Eric
said
Stone
that,
put up.
Eric.
yeah.
He saw him put up like 24 billion on Kiss, and he texted me immediately. He's like, 48 billion. I do that all
No
day.
big deal.
Yeah, no biggie.
I'm gonna go punch that guy in the mouth, and I'll repair it afterwards. But yeah, that's what No, so I mean, you've got Neil. Like, you have a kid that does nothing and gets to
Oh
play
my
those
God, he
amazing
does
games.
nothing.
But why don't you make him replace it for you?
He does nothing.
You can't tell him to replace the scoop protector?
I don't want
mean,
him to damage the fucking thing.
He could tell him to do it. Doesn't mean it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Joel, you obviously do not have a teenager.
When
That's
I-
not
Yeah,
how this
no.
Yeah,
works.
when I have
Yeah.
half a play field, you know, and
Yeah. Okay,
Dad, I tried to fit this on. All of a sudden,
Tom's going to come back home. He's like, why is this Rush scoop protector on Paragon? What's going on?
How did you put this on the Buck? Yeah. No, I get it. Okay. Well, that's all I've got for topic number 3. Unless, I mean, Tom, is there anything more that you want to say about your scoop or protecting your scoop?
I love Rush.
Yeah.
Is
buy
Rush going to be at IFPA Worlds?
No, I wish it was.
It's not, man.
It's all
they're really,
fucking conspiracy.
yeah. That's a political move right there. I
Yeah.
can't believe they're trying to keep you from
Yeah.
winning.
Well, I haven't played Rush, so I can't be in.
Oh gosh.
So realistically, though, Tom, like if
Yeah.
Rush was in a tournament, would you pick it?
Oh, yes.
But
If-
so I
okay,
think,
Tom, between Rush and Cosmos, which one would you pick?
Well, that's tough.
Mm.
That's
But
tough.
Mother
I think
effer.
I thought I've heard from people that some people don't want to pick the games that they really love because obviously the game's going to play very different than what you're used to
Yeah.
playing at home. Or do you
Yeah.
want to you don't care. Okay.
Sometimes.
Well,
Finding-
yeah, that's
finding
what
shots
losers
is-
say, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
it's overrated.
that's
Did
what
you
losers
find the
shots
say.
are,
shots
you'll
on
find
Iron
it.
Maiden this weekend, Travis?
I found the outlanes.
Hey, I can show you where those shots are. Nice. All right. Speaking of this weekend, great
Elwyn
transition.
never
Tom.
coded in
Yeah.
the post to Iron Maiden. I
Yeah.
don't get that.
Tom,
I don't
He's a
thank
understand.
post saver.
Thank
Yeah.
you for the layup there because that's a fantastic transition. Silver Ball Showdown. Travis, you actually played at that over the weekend. This is where I get to sit back and don't do anything. So between the two of you, feel free to talk it up about just recapping that tournament or I don't know, takeaways. What did you learn? Yeah, just
Well,
Sure,
since
I
I
can chat
wasn't
about it.
there, I'm going to let Travis talk more. I just watched it from home.
Well, I've played in a couple tournaments since our last podcast. I went to Delaware and
Oh, that's
promptly
right.
I got my ass kicked the whole entire time pretty much. Yeah, so-
Jason Zoller.
should have taken the
oh
comfy.
man, he is an excellent player.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
Comfy would have helped you there. Just saying.
I know. I should have. But no. So I went to Delaware, played a little bit there. Didn't do so well, but I managed to scratch out. I think it was a 3rd or 4th place in the last tournament. That was a strikes tournament. But no, I played in the Silver Ball Showdown just this past weekend, and it was a Stern Pro Circuit event back on my home turf of Oklahoma City at Cactus Jacks.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Yep.
Yep.
Thank you to Josh Sharp for that. And
Oklahoma.
I actually learned what it is to be Josh Sharp because I ended up taking 2nd place. And yeah, it
Oh.
just-
And that's never happened to Travis before in his life.
no. Like I played in 135 tournaments and I've won 134. So I don't know what's
Wait,
Oh,
let me
wow.
check your IFPA profile.
Yeah.
Okay, I
No.
might have been bullshitting there.
Travis he's never been known for his math skills, but just because he can count to 1 doesn't mean you won every tournament.
True. But
Yeah. Who
no,
won?
So the
Who won,
the
by the way?
tournament who won is Mark Meserve from Texas.
Nice. Good for
So
that guy.
and Robert Byers, he was in the final with me, and then another local, Chad Lauer, was in there with me. And so
Hey,
Yeah,
I have to interrupt you for a second. As a person watching the stream, I was
Uh-huh.
like, "Holy crap!" It was like the Packers versus the Bears. Like it was Texas versus Oklahoma. Like everybody's
yeah.
like, "Yeah, Texas won!" Like it was a fucking war or something.
Oh yeah, they took that serious, and I was just like on stream showing chunguses, and I was just having a grand old time. I didn't even realize that there was like an internal struggle between Oklahoma and Texas.
There was. It was
Because, see,
serious.
Well, and the thing is,
Scared.
because I'm an OSU fan, because
Yes.
my wife graduated from Oklahoma State, so I've been kind of forced down that path, and we don't really have a rivalry with any Texas schools that I'm aware of, at least, but I know obviously there's like the whole OU and Texas thing, and then Oklahoma Texas thing. But yeah, I personally have never really gotten into that too much. But yeah, I noticed that afterwards in the chat, it was kind of getting like that, which I thought was hilarious because literally the whole time we were playing, none of us even mentioned that once, like not even one time to each other. So, I mean, because we've all known each other for a while, but
Sure.
overall, the tournament's a lot of fun. It's basically a Pinburg format, which means you're going to play 4 games per round. So we had 3 days worth of play. There was a qualifying day, and then there was a divisional playoff qualifying day to get into the top 24, and then we had our finals on day 3. So lots of moderns, lots of solid states, lots of EMs, and it was just a lot of fun. For not being able to play in that format for a long time, it was nice getting back to that and getting to play with the same group of people for 4 games and just taking those 2 hours and just getting to know different people, playing different eras. I mean, those types of tournaments I really enjoy. And the thing that I absolutely loved about this particular tournament is that the tilts were all set up really reasonable to where it gave you plenty of play on the games, and none of the games were bastardized to the point that it just wasn't fun. There was lots. I mean, it let us play. And so as a pinball player, I really enjoyed that. It didn't feel like anything was necessarily overwhelming. So, I mean, really fun tournament. I look forward to doing it next year, and hopefully I do a little bit better than second. So that way Joel will be proud of me then.
Yeah, Neil,
maybe we'll see.
Neil and I
Yeah.
were originally signed up for it, and I kind of wish we had gone. It was just hard with Worlds coming up.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
two would have gone, Travis could have got 4th
That's fair.
That's fair.
Yeah.
because we'll still get the win.
I
Do I need
think-
to talk you through the math? I mean,
Honestly, I think next year, though, I think because this was streamed for the first time on, I think it's Try to Tilt Pinball.
Yes.
There's a stream on Twitch from Chris. And who's a great guy, by the way.
And he did a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
His
And I
facial
think
hair is
First
incredible.
tournament stream. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a lot going on. I know, Tom, you were helping him out a little bit. And, he was very thankful to everybody that was
Yep.
helping, very thankful to everybody that was watching. I mean, it was definitely an overwhelming experience for him. And he earned it. He did really well with everything. And, getting that out there, I got plenty of text messages from all kinds of players. And I think a lot of people finally realize that this is an event that kind of is like Pinburg. It's a smaller
Yes.
version of it. Granted, I mean, there was only about like 75, 80. I say only, but that's a lot of people. But for the setup, it's such a hard tournament to set up for because you're having to set up multiple banks. I mean,
Yep.
there's like 70 plus games there, and you got backup games. And I mean, luckily, like Eugene was there helping with the solid states. You had people Carrie Wing helping with the EMs. You had Sean running all over the place. Sean Lee, who was the tournament director, just running around like a madman for 3 straight days, at least that we could see. What we didn't see was the behind the scenes, just months of planning in the past 2 weeks of just setting everything up. Carolyn there at Cactus Jacks. I mean, just all kinds of people coming together, putting the pins there. So for me, that's just a special event because 1, it is in my hometown, but 2, it's a special event to me just because of the format, and it makes it a lot of fun in general. And I highly encourage anybody that is thinking about going to it, consider it for next year.
Yeah. It would definitely be on my list to go to.
Well
Even
done.
Joel. I'll
Even
even
Joel.
invite Joel.
Sure, yeah, I'll put that on that list. of
Joel, they
mine,
have a
yeah.
B division.
I know. No, I need to make some plans because unfortunately, I think I've already said this before. I will not be at Expo this year in Chicago. My wife's family vacation. Thank you, Tom. Well done. It's like we had to base this big family vacation around my nieces and nephews' spring break, which happens to be that exact week. So the one thing I knew, I was like,
I need
at
a
least I'll go to
violin on this
Expos.
one.
I know it sucks.
Who made this decision? Was it your wife or your mom? that
His
made this
wife.
decision?
Oh Lord, it's my wife and my entire wife's family.
You're
so
not
all
going,
of them.
Joel.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe I could find some other event to go to this year, which would be good. But no, next year it would be cool to do. I don't know. I want.
What other event would you go to, Joel?
Well, we have been
This
joking
year.
around that when Zach Mini, finishes his barn, that he needs to
Mhm.
throw some big get together and get all the TPN people or other pinball people in the area to come in. Above ground pool, hot tub. We got that.
We
the
can get
shed.
Carl to come in with Mystery Castle. That'd be
Let's
awesome.
go. No, I don't know. I mean, that's only 3 hours, so that would just be a fun. I don't know what other event, but we will have to see. But Silver Ball Showdown, well done, Travis. Way to take second. Could have been better, but that's fine. You do you. I'll take it. But that leads us to number 5. And,
Yes.
there's only one of the 3 of us that's participating in this, and this is Worlds, which is coming up. So we're just, before Tom,
God
tells
help
us all
me.
about it, I'm just going to go ahead and hit this button.
Tom talks. He's got something to say. Tom talks. He's got nothing to say. Tom talks. Tom talks.
I got nothing.
Tom, if you notice the screen, the Travis's camera is out
No,
there.
he's back. He's
God,
back.
It's so bad. So, Tom, please
Yes.
tell us what it's like to compete, or how are you preparing? Just tell us all the things that are going into your head. Introduce it. How you feeling? What's coming up? What is happening later this week? Ready? Go.
Okay. So IFPA 17 is happening. That's it. No, just kidding. So this event is a major in the IFPA world, but top, as Joel was saying, top 64 players from around the world are going to it, and it's been postponed since 2020 because of the pandemic. So they've rescheduled it a couple of times. It's at Pinball Asylum in Fort Myers, Florida. And yeah, I am going to go there and get my ass kicked. So, but I'm going to enjoy every minute of it.
Yeah.
Travis is like, what?
You're not going to get your ass kicked, Tom.
I'll be all right.
No. You're going to do better than all right, Tom. Teolis, I know you're listening to this right now. Tom is going to defend America for us, Teolis. Letting you know right now.
So
I'm
I
trying
mean,
to be Tom's hype man the best I can.
as you should be. I mean, so you're saying this is a few years old. So Travis, you are not participating in this.
No, I'm not good enough
But
to be in
it's not.
FS17.
That's the thing. You're not good enough.
Yeah.
Like today, you qualified for this in when? 2019, 2020.
Correct. 2019.
Was it 2019?
Yeah, based on the standings from 2019.
Wow. So Raymond Davidson was in like 3rd grade.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think Escher was probably 5.
Escher, yeah. Escher couldn't. But I both of them are in it, I assume.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
crazy. And then who's the other real young guy? Zach McCarthy? Is he in it?
No. See, that's
Okay.
the thing. Like, Jared August isn't in it. Zach McCarty. I don't even think Colin Urban's in it, although he probably should be.
Travis Murie.
Yeah,
So
that guy.
Yeah. That's crazy. So this is the best of the best in 2019. Are finally
It's like
competing.
a time machine.
Yeah.
Why is Rush not in this? This is perfect.
Oh, is that
like,
a-
this would be
yeah.
on theme.
That's
Yeah.
a question though.
I am demanding that Rush is in this freaking thing.
But are they limiting? Is there any limit? Like, are there games in the tournament that are after 2019, or should they limit the games to of
I
the
think
year it was
actually-
qualified?
I think on the list, so
There
there
is
is a list of games.
Avengers is in it.
Avengers is in
Avengers,
it?
yeah,
Oh.
Avengers
Joel,
is
you
in
actually-
it, and Jurassic Park. But
Joel actually
Avengers
brought
came
up
after
a good point.
how
Yeah.
come there's all these Elwyn games in here? Let me see.
if the tournament would have happened on time, Avengers would not have been in it. I'm just saying. If there happens to be a
you
chance,
make a good point.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring that up
Yeah.
to the
If there
IFPA
happens-
heads.
if there happens to be a
Right.
chance that only use it in your favor if you happen to lose on Avengers or something. Then
I actually like
blow it up,
Avengers
you know?
as a tournament game. Oh
Yeah.
shit! I shouldn't have said that.
yeah. So I mean, if we had to predict, so Keith Elwin, he's in this. I mean, there's some big dogs. Oh, obviously,
Yeah,
Tom
he's
Graft in
pretty
this
good
too,
at
so.
pinball, Joel. I know you don't
Yeah.
know, but
I've heard Keith is decent. So no, that's exciting. So I'm assuming it'll be streamed, and this is hopefully
Pinball Asylum on Twitch will be streaming it.
nice. So
So
we're
I'm-
recording this on Monday the 23rd. Hopefully we'll get this out, Tuesday or Wednesday this week. So hopefully if you're listening to this on time, this is going to happen either it starts Thursday.
Well, Thursday is the Epstein Cup, which I won't be a part of, but it'll be the top 8 players from the U.S. versus, I believe, the top 8 players from Europe. So that'll be pretty exciting. I think that's Thursday night around like 8 o'clock-ish Eastern time.
Nice.
I think they're streaming that. And then the next day, the tournament begins for Worlds.
So how does this tournament work? Because I know a lot of these tournaments that you do that are multi-day, it's actually a bunch of mini tournaments and there's qualifying all for 2 days and then the
So
finals. How does this
I think
work?
there's 8 sessions of qualifying, and based on your rank, they place you in your first match. So right now I'm with Raymond Teolis and I believe another gentleman from Austria or Australia.
Same thing.
Yeah, those are two very
Same thing.
similar
Yeah.
countries. Yeah.
Yeah,
North
they're pretty
America.
close by.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you mean by qualify? So
So wait, Raymond's in your group and Teolis? Is that what
Yes.
you're saying?
Yeah, at least unless something
man.
changes, by the
Well, how
time
did-
we
Man.
get there.
Jeff, I swear, Tom has been talking so
Oh,
much
yeah.
trash. Yeah. Joel can verify this.
Oh, I know. Tom can be kind of mean with some of
I
the stuff
know.
he says. Just
Tom, the
saying,
cocky guy. Let me tell you.
So, Tom, how does this work though? I mean, like, if you're saying you're paired up in those 4, is there a chance you can be like eliminated day 1, or is this okay?
No, so it's you play. So you play in 8 rounds, basically 3 games in each round. So there's a newer game, kind of like a mid game, and then like an early solid state, and then like an EM.
Okay.
So
you do that 8 times, but for all 8 rounds, are you playing with the same 3 people, or no? Like after the winners go up, and
yeah, depending on how many points you get, it switches.
And wasn't this a whole thing? What is it? It's like ride the dip or something. Like what we coined this. It's like purposely don't. If you don't win every single round, but you
it's a Raymond term. You buy the dip.
It's like if you are third every single game, you can stay in it or something, and then at the end, that's when you want to start winning.
That's when you rock it up.
Yeah, I don't know. I know, Tom, you'll have issues doing that because you're just used to winning everything. So just
Right.
First or your last, right? I mean, but no, that's exciting. Worlds. I mean, that's that's pretty
Yeah.
exciting.
So when do you fly down there?
Wednesday.
Yeah, and so Thursday's mostly to sign
I'm
autographs.
taking
and
the
then,
most direct route. I'm flying to Minnesota, and then to Fort Myers.
So you're flying north to fly south. That's pretty normal.
Yeah, it's pretty direct. Yeah.
Well
Pretty
done.
direct.
All right. Well, cool. No, congrats, man. That'll be exciting. I know the trophy for that's pretty sick. But yeah, so that should be some quality entertainment. Friday, Saturday, and does it go to Sunday too?
So
Yes.
nice.
So that means-
Sunday's the finals.
Nice.
so that means you'll be on the stream then. Your group will be on the stream. Because if
Prob-
you're in Raymond's group,
yeah,
you're probably what?
Possibly.
Th- Are you 32 or 33?
I think I'm 33.
33. Okay. See, Joel, I can do math.
Why?
And I'd have to look.
You
I
don't know
look
why
at
that
stuff
matters,
too
do you,
close.
No,
Joel?
you said a number. Why does that mean you know math?
Because Raymond is number 1.
Oh, so
Therefore, there's 64, so you go to the middle.
okay. I just was like, yeah,
Hey,
40,
we're teaching you competitive pinball, baby.
45. Oh, look how smart I am. I said a number.
No,
All right.
no.
Well, let me say a number
Joel.
for you. I'm going to say number 6. Wait. First off, Tom, thank you so much for explaining that, and I wish you the best of luck. And
Thank you.
Any other additional comments? I don't want to cut you
I'm
off.
going to try to bring it home for triple drain pinball. I'm going to try to do as
Oh.
many triple drains as I can while I'm there.
You don't have to. You don't have to do.
Oh
that,
wait,
but
that's
yeah.
not the goal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. It's not the goal. You can do this, Tom. Tom, you got this.
Yeah.
World championship, baby.
How
I
did,
believe in you.
how did Tom triple drain on an EM?
Yeah, nailed it. There we go.
Tom talked. He had something to say. Tom talked. He had nothing to say. Tom talked. Tom talked.
I got nothing.
Well done, Tom. Well done.
Thank you.
All right, so believe it or not, we are already on the final, the number 6 of our notes here. So user submitted questions. This is something that basically the three of us are like, hey, when are we going to record next? And normally it's like, I think I can do tomorrow. Let me ask the wife. Yep, I can do tomorrow. Can you do tomorrow? Oh, Travis is tired. Oh, Travis can do tomorrow. So it's like a very last minute thing. And then day of, we're like, what are we actually talking about? And so Tom, for the last 2 episodes, has actually posted on our Facebook, hey, what do you guys want us to talk about? And people give us questions. It's really nice. So
And a nice picture of Joel, too.
Oh,
I
yeah,
posted.
wonderful picture of Joel. So what I will say is feel free to follow us on Facebook. That's Triple Drain Pinball Podcast on Facebook. And it's awesome. It's a great way to submit questions or topics that you want us to talk about. One thing I will say is there was a picture of me that Zach Minnie put up on the TPN Facebook a while ago that I happen to not have a shirt on. It's a very old picture. And there were people that submitted some comments that were very, I don't know. I actually have no idea. They submitted all the comments.
He was young. He needed the money.
I did. So Travis has all these comments. Apparently, Travis is too lazy to compile them right now. What did you want to say, Travis? We're not talking about them right now, is what I've learned.
Currently?
What?
Like about your shirtless photo? What,
Yes,
is
there
that what you
have
want me
been
to
people
say
that are
about it?
apparently the roasts were going to be shared last episode. It
Oh,
didn't
yes,
happen.
yes.
So the question is Tom put that picture up again, and so are the roasts happening this episode? As far as I know, no, they're not.
No, they're going to come next week or next time. They will. Hey, you got to cut me some slack. I drove 5 hours today, had to unload a U-Haul, had to take all the pins out, all the weights. You can't expect me to do all the production for this show, Joel. I can't do it. Can't do it all.
He needs his rest.
I'd say it's beauty sleep, but that's not going to help.
You know what? Here, you're right. We need to do a couple. I'll bring them up right now.
Do you remember your email password?
We'll do it.
Isn't it like Big Papa with a exclamation point or something?
And the B's capitalized?
Yeah. It's a real big B. Yeah. All right. Well.
All right. Let's see here. No. We got this. Okay. This is from Scott Larson.
That's
the
Loser
Kid
Yeah.
Pinball Podcast.
Yeah.
So glad that TPN has an emo vampire as an administrator now. Dark, brooding, and super glittery as he plays any Dwight Flasher game.
Thank you, Scott. Yes, I have absolutely heard. I don't know why, but Robert Pattinson. Robert Pattinson is the dude from Twilight, and I've heard people say I look like him. Don't really follow it, except for he was the Batman, the last Batman, so I'll take that. But
there's another one.
Yep.
TPN now featuring full frontal male nudity. Thank you, Joel.
Yeah, thank you. You're welcome. I'm glad that I can. I can do that.
All right, and there's one more. No, we got more.
Yep, I'll keep going. Yep.
This one says, Joel, I noticed that you like tattoos. Why is it that you look like you get your tattoos from the toy store with little gumdrops? I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
I have no idea. I don't know how I was supposed to. I have no idea how I was supposed to take that.
What's a little toy store with gumdrops? What does that mean?
I don't know. I don't know. Should I be offended? I don't know.
What is your
I think it's a sexual reference.
I think so. I'm like, what does this one mean?
I have writing on my shoulders, and it's my handwriting, and I actually wrote it in a Sharpie and took it in, and I was like, this is what I want on my shoulders. And he's like, all right.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. You wrote it? What do you mean you wrote it with a Sharpie? You mean
I wanted it to be my handwriting, so I wrote with a Sharpie on a piece of paper what I wanted. Okay. And then I handed it to the guy, and I was like, this is what I wanted. Yeah,
I thought you were saying you wrote on your own body with a Sharpie.
No.
Just trace over it.
Nope. Yes. So, yeah, it's I got it back in grad school. It's good. It's a fun tattoo, but you try to take a picture of yourself when the writing's on the top of your shoulders. Like, of course, you got to take your shirt off, and it was weird. Well, I get it. Okay, so thank you. Is that all? Is that all? Is that all you have?
I mean, that's
Travis?
all I'm going to do for now.
Okay, fine.
Fair.
Yeah.
So here's what I'll say. We need more of these because I still have like 10, but I want to put them all together. So if you're listening to this and you just want to roast the hell out of Joel, please send it in and we'll read it live on
to
air.
Travis. Send a personal message to Travis. Or isn't that what you were doing?
I mean, we could send it to the email. You can read it if you want to. I'm going to read it out loud in either way.
Oh, wonderful. So tripledrain@gmail.com. I will say Pinmonk Victor, he took my picture and he photoshopped over. The joke was somebody asked, well, what does it say? And I said, misunderstood. That was my joke. That's what it wrote. And he actually photoshopped where it says misunderstood on one side, some kanji on the other side. I forget what that says. And then he added a teardrop to my face. So well done, Victor. Thank you for doing that. But all right, so we are at user submitted questions. And there's some really good ones here. One of them was talking about Cactus Jacks. You've already talked about that. Somebody asked, why does Joel hate Rush? That would be Ron Hallett from Slap Save. So thank you, Ron.
He likes Rush.
All right, that's a great question. Let's go with that one because you were fawning over all these other games. Ron
why
Hallett
do I
wants to
hate
know
Rush?
why you hate Rush.
Guns N' Roses.
You got
I don't. Okay.
I love
Right?
TNA. I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Deadpool's fun. Go, man.
I love. Okay.
He's doing a
So
new game.
why?
Fuck
why-
Rush.
Oh man. What I
He's
would
like,
say,
let's talk about the scoops right now, Tom. Let's
Yeah.
talk about how shitty the scoops are.
What do I not?
Right. Say one
Personally,
good thing about Rush.
All right,
One
yes.
good thing about Rush.
No. He's going to say, that's too easy for him.
No,
Tom.
I don't think he can do it.
Rush. The music. The music's very good.
See,
I actually
see what
really
I mean?
enjoyed
That's
the
too
music.
easy for him.
Yeah.
Say 2 good things about the gameplay, Joel.
This, you've asked me
About the
about
game.
5 questions here, and I've been able to answer one. Okay, 2 things. The code is actually very good. Like
Okay.
what Ray and Tim have done, the code is actually very good. And
That's one.
It's complex in a very good way. Like it
It's
builds.
still one.
Okay, the code is really good.
Say
and
2.
The expression lighting kit is.
Oh, I
fantastic.
knew it.
Yeah.
No.
You didn't even
I said
have the expression like kid.
No, I played in LE. I played in LE, and it is
I
a
said
big difference.
about the gameplay, Joel, not about
What
the
am
lights.
What am I supposed to
About
say?
the
Oh,
gameplay.
okay. So if I'm not allowed to say anything more about the code, then I have to talk about the shots. And I will tell you, there are comboing. When I could actually combo a few shots, it felt really nice.
Which
I
was not very
struggled.
often.
It was not very often for me. Like that was my biggest issue with Rush is the game kicked my butt. And when so much of the code is based on comboing or achieving, like perfect example, one of the modes, the La Villa Stragiato or whatever the song, I don't know the word,
Oh,
but it's
God.
12 shots in
That's
a row.
because it's in 12 parts. Don't
I know
you
it
get
is.
this?
No, it's good code, but I'm just telling you, like, it's 12 very specific shots, and you have to hit them in that
Okay.
order.
I think what we're learning here is that GNR was the one night stand that put out.
Yeah.
And Rush is the one that
Blue
threw
balls,
the drink
man.
in Joel's face.
Blue balls the whole time I had it. The whole freaking time. It was a tease, and I was putting in work, and it never happened, okay?
I can't hit any combos.
Everybody's talking about how great of a time it is, and oh, man.
It was the pretty girl that wouldn't give her number to Joel. That's what
Yeah.
it was.
But I kept buying her drinks. I don't know. I just... No, it's... I mean, the game just kicked my butt, and I was frustrated by. I to be 100% honest, like watching other streams and watching other people blow up the game and do all the things that Ray is telling me I can do in this game, and then I can't do any of them. I just didn't. It was hard for me to come. I would stream that game for 2 hours, and I'd just be destroyed. And I'd
They
be like,
make pills
yeah.
to help out with that situation there,
yeah.
Joel.
Hey, and trust me, I had already lowered the end lanes. I had set it. Ray corrected me. I set it to
I
home
feel
mode.
so bad for Raymond that he
I
had to
know.
he was live with Joel and he's like watching this train wreck just going.
Yeah. And I was as limp as I'd ever possibly be. I could not hit a shot. I get it. I am well aware. Okay, so I can't be a freaking stallion like Tom over there, just drilling everything away. God. Let me sink this in the scoop. Bam. Like, no, I get it. I get it.
And
So
thank you, Ron Hallett, for the question.
yes. So why does Joel hate Rush? Because it never put out. Okay, I tried, and I never got the satisfaction I was waiting for. So
Oh my god.
So what's the next question? Let's just roll through these.
I don't
This
know.
is great.
What other questions are we going to get? Is competitive pinball getting harder? Speaking of hard, yeah. Are the players getting better? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Great answer. All right.
Well, I
Next-
think as a competitive player, you just eventually plateau at some point. It gets harder and harder. Oh my god! Sorry, and Joel. I don't think Joel got that.
No, I got it. I can't get it at all. I get it. We're back to
We're
that.
talking about competitive pinball, so Joel's brain's just turning to mush right now.
Tom has been
He's just going to turn around and go
Yeah.
play GNR.
Tom's been
Multi-balls,
hard
let's
for
go.
way over 4 hours, and he's just
No, there's-
plateaued at this point.
There are a lot of players coming out and playing, and they're getting better, and it makes it tough.
I mean, I think too, there's the rise of a lot of players understanding the rules at a higher level and really starting
Yeah.
to put things together. I think it's a combination of that. It's a combination of people playing a lot more often than probably in the past. And it's a combination of there's people picking this up at a younger age as well. And so you're
Yeah.
seeing a lot of those players that have already been playing for several years and they're putting it all together. I mean, Tom's son is a prime example of that. So, I mean, there's tons of players out there, and I guarantee there's players out there that we don't even know about yet.
Yeah.
That's probably
Yeah.
getting very close to that level, and they're going to show up pretty soon.
Oh yeah.
And don't you think pinball streaming too, like to be able to see this, to see the competition, to see what other people are doing or how they're attacking different games or playing different stuff. I remember I was listening to an interview on Pinball Profile, and it was a girl, I forget her name. I think it was Carrie, I think is her name.
Carrie Wing?
Yeah, and
Yep.
she was talking about how she was able to look at past streams. So she was playing in a tournament, and she pulled up the past streams from that location and watched, like, she had a whole notepad where she was taking notes on how different balls kicked out or played or where it would land. Like, so she was able to see what the games did before she even showed up because of the streams, the past streams, and being able to learn and like see how different players handle different things.
I'm not streaming anymore.
It was pretty impressive. So yeah, that's a good question. I'm glad. I mean, for the two of you guys to both be top 20 at this point. I mean, it's well done. I don't think you've plateaued, Tom. I don't think you're on your way to. You're at the top of the mountain and you're only halfway up.
Scared Joel.
Tom's about to skyrocket later this week.
Dr. Disrespect quote right there. So, all right, he hasn't peaked yet. Here we go. What else do
Firm
we have?
handshakes all around.
There we go. Yeah. Can pinball companies do more? Oh, so I should, first off, Christopher Doyle asked that question. Thank you, Christopher. Michael Winnie? Can pinball companies do more to accommodate disabled/injured players, such as official options for one-handed play, foot pedals for flipper operation, allowing players to change with button flip switch flippers like upper flippers, etc. What are your thoughts on that?
You want to take this one, Tom, or you want me to take it first?
Go for it.
No, I think something like that would actually be pretty cool. I've always been interested in seeing pinball machines that were handicap accessible for
Sure.
somebody that was in a wheelchair. I've seen photos of that before, and so that's always intrigued me of having something that's very accessible to other people that obviously the way that the games are right now, they might not necessarily be accessible to. So something like that would be pretty cool. Obviously, I think when it comes to the one-handed or using a pedal, that probably could be done from a software standpoint, but would have to come via third party. But it wouldn't shock me if something out there already exists like that and we just don't realize it. I'm sure there's somebody listening to this that is well aware that it already exists.
So I've seen some stuff online, like with the wheelchair. I think they did like a mirror so that it was easier to see. And then I know Ben Heck not
Yep.
too long ago did that mechanism
One-handed.
for a one-handed person, which was really cool.
Yeah, it was basically like a suction cup device that would go on one side of the machine with an actuator to flip the button, and then a suction cup that attached to the other side of the machine so that you'd use the right side of the flipper button, and then you had this additional button that would control the left side. So it was a 2-button thing. One of the thoughts that popped into my head was, now that Insider Connected is here, or Scorebit is here in almost any modern game, if you could go into your account and say, like, hey, I am a disabled player. If I ever log into Scorebit, then make it so that hitting one flipper button actually actuates all the flippers. Like, that should be relatively easy to do, I would think. Same thing with, Insider Connected. Like, when that person logs in, understand if one flipper button is hit, go ahead and make all the flippers go. Like, I feel like that could work. Now, if there was like a foot pedal or something, then they would have to add in some sort of auxiliary jack or something you could plug in. Okay, you two fools are clearly typing back and forth. What am I missing about? Oh, you're texting Raymond?
I'm still on Raymond. Tom's talking all types of shit on you, Ray.
I said I ain't saying shit.
Ray, I love Raymond, and he literally consumes all pinball content. I think he listens to every podcast like before it's even released. The guy is on it. So Ray will absolutely hear this before you see him in person. But
yes,
no, that's a good question. I do think that's there, and I think from a software standpoint, some of these things I think they could implement rather easily compared to some of the hardware stuff. But yeah, it's a good idea. George Fisher, that would be Don't Panic Flip. He asks a really good question here, and it is, why does it seem so difficult to create a game that is both commercially successful and tournament/competition darling? Do games need to focus on one versus the other?
I say no. I think there are games out there that already do that. Every Keith Elwin game.
Yep.
That's
well, commercially successful. Like, I mean, Iron Maiden isn't the biggest theme. Even Godzilla isn't the biggest theme. But I think commercially successful, I think a lot of that depends on the theme. So, is there any reason
Are you
why
still bashing Rush?
No, I never said anything about Rush. No, but it's like Mando. Mando is a fantastic theme. People love Mando. People want to play Mando, but then there are some people that complain about Mando as a competition game. So I don't think there's any reason why an A tier license can't have high quality code. If I want to completely change George's question, I would say, can you have a game that's both incredibly like home friendly and tournament friendly? Like, can you have, I don't know, like some people like Simpsons Pinball Party. Some people love Simpsons Pinball Party for the depth and so much to do and so many ways to do, but I don't like ever see Simpsons in a tournament. Can you have that? Or like Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is this incredible, crazy home journey of a game. Nobody ever wants to play that in a tournament. So is that?
I think there's a game right behind you that's a good fit.
Yeah, GNR.
No, Deadpool.
People like Deadpool in a tournament. Don't Travis? I know likes Deadpool in a tournament.
Isn't this marrying the two? Like
so you're saying this
success
game,
and
commercial success.
I thought we're staying on topic
Joel,
here.
That was the question, Joel. Where were you going? Joel was like, let's talk about GNR some more.
I was
he is so in love with that.
Yeah.
Go give it a kiss, Joel.
No, it's not my game. I'm not going to. It's and you can't touch the Invisiglass. Yeah. So no, I assumed we were giving examples of that don't do it, but no, that's a good example. I think Deadpool is a commercial success. It's a well-liked theme. It's well-liked for home buyers or homeowners, and it's well-liked in the tournament scene. Yep. So great job. Is there another? I mean, could you guys think of another one though, or is that?
Nope, Your Honor. I rest my case.
Tom has talked.
Thomas talked. Well done. Travis, you going to contribute to this conversation or?
No, I think he pretty much hit the nail on the head. I mean, it
was
it's just one of
perfect.
those things. Obviously, theme sells. You know, when it comes down to it, it's we don't know about the rules until we get a chance to play. The bottom line, the only time that anybody can assume that the rules are going to be great is if Elwin's on it. I mean, because he's pretty much earned that. I mean, he's 4 for 4 on games that are very balanced, very outstanding, very fun to play. And, you know, it's funny. It's just one of those situations. And we've talked about this before. I think that Stern has gotten to a point to where they're big enough to where every single theme is pretty much going to sell. It's just a choice of, okay, who do we put on what game in order to sell it? It's like they could have put anybody on Mandalorian. It was going to sell because it's Mandalorian. It's Star Wars, you know? And so it's just, I think that that's kind of the situation that they're in. And so I don't know. Sometimes you just get some of those games that it makes sense that you have a great theme. You have a great tournament game, such as Deadpool.
Yep.
You have a great theme. I mean, Godzilla, even though it may not be an A tier theme, it's still a well-known theme and obviously a great tournament game. So yeah, I mean, just like Tom said, just echoing exactly what he said pretty much.
Well, I mean, I am curious. I haven't seen or heard, but like I'm curious of how well Godzilla does on location. You know, like Godzilla has won every pinball related award show that there's been. It's number 1 on pin side. Pinball people clearly, Travis's camera is out again, 3rd time today. It's so Godzilla is just universally loved and praised by the pinball community. Every type of collector or player in the pinball community. But I'm curious to like how well does Godzilla do on location? Do either of you know any operators? Like, does it compete in coin drop with whatever, like a Mando or Stranger Things? You know,
It's a great question.
The reality is that theme very much plays a big part in what your overall coin drop is going to be, and your general location, your demographic, is ultimately going to determine what the coin drop is also. I mean, I've heard of situations in which there's a Star Trek and a Monster Bash together. And we're talking about Stern Star Trek, right? At a bar, and the Monster Bash out-earned the Star Trek 8-1.
Oh, wow.
So there's been situations like that. There's been other situations I can tell you that Stranger Things is just absolutely kills on location. And that's a game that was just torn apart due to its code early on. But guess what? When it got put on location, nobody cared because people just see a theme. They're going to drop. It's a very relevant theme.
Yep.
And so, I mean, yeah, it does very well on location. And, you know, I've talked to other people that have said they had a Stranger Things and it was one of their worst pins that they had, or an earner, and they had to get rid of it. So I think it just very much just depends on location. It depends on what your demographic is. I would imagine that if you have a bunch of kids around and, you know, you trend younger, probably Avengers, Deadpool, games like that, Guardians of the Galaxy, those probably all do well. If you have a little bit older crowd, you're going to see Led Zeppelin, Metallica, AC/DC do very well. You know, it's just, I mean, even Guns N' Roses, I've heard half and half. I've heard some say it blows everything else away. I heard others say that it earned very well the first week. Then afterwards, it just kind of dropped off. So again, it just depends on the situation and the atmosphere.
So nothing is a sure thing, is what it sounds like.
I mean, the only thing that's a sure thing is that if you only have a couple of pins, just make sure they're a modern. I mean, if you stick an EM or an old solid state, it's going to have a hard time earning compared to a Stern.
Yeah, that's fair. You had said Guardians of the Galaxy. To me, that's another like triple A theme, well liked. Like Guardians is really well loved, and I think Guardians is considered a good tournament pin. Am I wrong on that?
No, it's well liked. It's good. I really enjoy it in tournaments.
So I think there's 2 examples in Deadpool and Guardians. But well, yeah. So that's all I have for user submitted questions. So once again, please follow us on Facebook, Triple Drain Pinball Podcast. We'll probably start doing that more consistently. So think of your questions. You can always email them to tripledrain@gmail.com, and we'll save them for the show. Otherwise, let us know kind of day of or 2 days of whenever we post that, and we'll try to get to your questions on when we come to record. But yeah, guys, that's it. That's the list. Is there anything else either of you guys want to talk about or share?
I'm going to be on
or...
the Slam Tilt Pinball podcast.
Ooh,
with Eric Thorne from District 82.
Nice. Did they say the words Whopper Farm at all during the podcast?
Probably.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Let me check. Nope, I haven't been asked to be on anything else. So,
but
you
are a top 5 streamer, my friend.
Oh wow, yes. I forget the guy's name. I feel bad. There's a dude that does. It's retro something. It's a guy that does. He's an international guy that makes like pinball and arcade related videos. And the guy, he made a video. I got to pull this up. He made a video, Retro Cingo, RETOCENGO. He made a video on who he feels are the top 5 pinball streamers. And I was one of them, which was hilarious because one, he didn't know my name. He said, this guy, he like pointed to me and he's like looking and he's like, it looks like he's on Flipping Out. But really what it comes down to once he explained it, the guy had gone on YouTube and searched Godzilla pinball streams. And he basically, the 4 that he mentioned were Hottie, which is Frisco Pinball. He has some of his Godzilla streams. Mine, which were from Flipping Out. Jack Dangers, Dead Flip. IE Pinball being Carl. So all people that have, so the order he did it was Hottie was 5th, Carl was 4th, Jack Danger was 3rd, I was 2nd.
Who was number 1?
Kaneda. He put Kaneda as the number 1 pinball streamer out there. Had nothing to do with Godzilla or anything, but hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. So I appreciate that guy.
Why wasn't I mentioned?
Have you posted a Godzilla stream?
No.
There you go. I just happened to fall into the one thing that he searched. But
Tom,
hey, I'll take it. He was
you're always in my top 5.
Thank you.
Yeah, there we go.
At
Absolutely.
least one person likes me.
More than one, Tom. If you like Tom, write into tripledrain.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
If Tom is in your top 5, please let us know.
Yes. No, basically the guy said he enjoyed my positivity. He thought my stream was very easy to read, like very easy to see what was going on. I also include my chat in the stream because he's not watching it live. He enjoyed that. And then he goes, he's not the best pinball player, but he'll admit that, and it doesn't matter. And I'm like, okay, apparently it's okay that I suck at pinball as long as I admit it.
What he's really saying is the benefit to watching this is your confidence in your own play goes sky high.
Yeah, if you want to feel better about yourself, watch this guy.
It's the quality and the entertainment.
Yeah, and hey, I'll try my best to do that. Skill's coming, okay. I'm learning. It's coming. It's slow, but it's coming. So, no, I appreciate that. That was quite nice. Yeah. So I got nothing. I think we could wrap it up.
Does Travis have anything?
What does Travis bring to this podcast? I mean, Tom. At the end of the day, it's me and you, and we make fun of Travis. Don't give him that.
That he won't share.
That he won't share. Yes, Travis is now. You're in a weird spot now, Travis. Now that you work for the man, you got to keep all your secrets to yourself.
All of them.
Yeah, they don't tell you anything.
All the secrets. They all belong to me. Nowhere else.
They haven't even told you the Wi-Fi password yet. So
no, that's true.
All right, let's get to plugs. Travis, go for it, man.
Yeah, you guys can listen to me on the Triple Drain Pinball podcast. Right here.
I mean, you can plug your I don't know.
That's the only thing I have to plug right now. I have nothing else.
Travis
to plug.
works for the pinball company. If you Google it, I don't know. You can plug that.
Google it. Google a pinball machine. You'll find it. Trust me.
I literally have nothing else to plug.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, fine. You want me to plug other things?
No.
Buy a comfy. We'll have an Amazon affiliate link at some point. So yeah, there.
Yeah, perfect. Hey, shout out. There was a guy that listened to our episode, and he said, "I have to see a picture of Travis in the comfy. If you post a picture of Travis to the company, I will I will donate $100 to a charity of your choice." And the guy did it. Travis posted a picture,
nice.
And the guy actually he sent a receipt where he posted he donated to the Lyman Foundation, which I thought
nice.
was really, really, really cool.
That's
so
cool.
props to that guy. Way to be a man of your word. Yeah. So well done. But yeah, Tom, plug away, man.
I do this podcast with Travis and Joel. Oh, and I also do streaming on Fox Cities Pinball, mainly at District 82, but I do other things as well.
Yes.
And we're going to have a big tournament coming up June 3rd through the 5th, Friday through Sunday, the Triple Flip Open. So tune in on Fox Cities Pinball for that. You'll enjoy it, maybe.
Perfect. Yes, and you do a great job with those streams, Tom. So well
Thank
done.
Well, that guy
check those
didn't think
out.
so, but that's okay.
And absolutely.
Oh man, that guy screwed up because now Tom's going to go in the world's just raging.
You're on the list,
63
buddy. You're on the list.
Joel made it.
63 other players are going to be like, shit.
Yeah, Joel made it top 5, and he can't even play Rush. Come on, yeah. Yes, and feel free, obviously, check out Tom this week and root him on from afar as he plays in Worlds. So, yeah, looking forward to that. And yeah, my name is Joel. I do the Pinball Network. I'm part of the Pinball Network, so I do the Pinball Network stream on
We're
Wednesdays.
all a part of the Pinball Network. Thanks.
You are correct there. Yep. So
Okay.
I do part of the Pinball Network stream. It's on the Pinball Network channel. I do Wednesday nights from 10 to 9, and then every other week I stream for Flipping Out. So thank you, Zach and Nicole, for letting me borrow games so I can stream them. And yeah, that's that. So you good, Travis?
I'm excellent. I'm doing great. I started this podcast emotionally distraught,
Yeah.
physically exhausted,
Yeah.
and now I'm on Tom's level. I'm so freaking fired up now.
Let's
You
fucking
still-
go.
You still look awful, though. Yeah.
That's
That
fair.
hasn't changed. That's fair. That's the answer.
That is
That's
Yeah,
fair.
I mean, what can I say about it? I can't defend my looks right now. I'm looking at myself in the camera. I know I look like horse manure.
You're not
What do you
even
want me to
wearing
say?
a comfy. Then. I'm so disappointed.
Because it's hot down here.
The
We're
more-
going through like a heat wave.
the more of you that you can cover up, the better you're gonna look. I'm just all right. Well, like always, Tom, you've got the last words.
See you at Worlds.